Well, as the peace talks continue, votes are being counted in parliamentary elections in regime-controlled areas of Syria. The opposition described the vote as meaningless. Bashar al-Assad called the election last month. That's despite the fact that half of the country's population has been displaced during the war. Well, let's speak now to Yaser Tabbara, Senior Fellow at the Omran Centre for Strategic Studies, who joins me now in the studio. Good to see you, Yaser. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
First things first, I mean, Assad has called these elections, many in the West and elsewhere are calling them a sham. Is it a sham or a step in the right direction? What do you think?
Well, in fact, not only in the West, these elections have been described as a sham, but many in areas that are controlled by the regime, even some of the quote-unquote opposition parties that have been sanctioned by the regime itself have boycotted the elections. So it doesn't take much to actually see that a regime that has lost 75% control of the territory, that basically was the direct cause of the murder of anywhere between 250 to 400,000 civilians, the internal displacement of millions, half of the Syrian population really is either outside of the country or internally displaced within the country. So it's really impossible for at least half of the population to participate in these elections.
So what is the thinking then? What's the strategy of the Assad regime to call these elections now?
I mean, it seems that this is a deflection, a clear attempt to basically deflect the attention of the world from the real issue, which is fundamentally, it's not about elections, it's not about even constitutional reform. Syria, since the beginning of the pro-democracy movement, needs a true reform in the system of the rule of law. And the international community has agreed with the opposition that there are a number of steps that need to be taken to get there. One of these steps is to cease hostilities, establish a real transitional governing body that will take us to a phase of putting together a constitution that everybody participates in, and then we can talk about elections. The Assad regime basically is taking the opportunity of the Geneva peace talks. He's making a statement both to foes and friends that he will stand defiant to the international community's will, and that he will conduct business as usual.
Okay, Yaser Tabbara, thank you very much for your time. Thank you.